Hey, you're listening to the Smoke Meat Podcast. I'm your host, Brad Pittman. Smoke Meat's brought to you by Joe's Underground at the corner of 8th and Broad in Augusta, Georgia, in the bottom of the Lamar Building. Such a great place to go. You go in there, you always meet new people, you meet new friends, you hang out with your old ones. Have a snack, have a drink, just have a good time. Let your worries wash away. That's Joe's Underground at the corner of 8th and Broad in Augusta, Georgia, in the bottom of the Lamar Building. Remember, I goes to Joe's and so should you. Today, my guest is the king of horror pop, blackout parties, and one of the original club kids, Mr. Jason Chaos. Had such a great time hanging out with him today and talking to him, and I know you're going to enjoy listening to it, so we're just going to go on ahead and get this beast kicked off here on Smoked Meat. Hey, so how you doing today, Jason?
Hey, what's up, everybody? I'm doing great. How are you,
Man,
everybody?
if I were any better, I'd be twins.
I know what you mean, man. I need another twin of me. Actually, I have one, but a real one.
Oh, man. Yeah, it's funny how many people you find out are twins when you use that answer.
Yeah, right. I'm sure everybody, they want to have like a couple of themselves, to help them, so the other one could sleep, the other one could work,
Shit, I don't know if the world could stand two of me. Oh,
yeah.
Man.
Oh, man.
But yeah, doing my homework and everything, and I know Rachel, and I know Jimmy and Eileen, and several people that have worked with you and know you, and man, I've been pumped about this episode. We're gonna have fun today. You're just all over the map, just a great guy, and you've got it all going on.
I'm glad to be on. Thanks for inviting me.
Yeah.
Looking forward.
But oh yeah, I know you were one of the club kids.
Yes, that's right.
That scene
really,
is
really
always that scene has always interested me because it was just I wasn't really a club kid. I was going out when I was in the in the early '90s and all here in Augusta and Atlanta and all, and that scene was just there. I mean, it was just everywhere. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it was a thing that was going on, and I kind of got away getting in. I was about like 14, but I'm really a tall guy, so I look like a grown man, so I got away with it. But I started out really young, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Seen a lot of things, done a lot of things.
Yeah. One thing that I liked about that scene, that since I've talked to Rachel and a couple of other folks was, the fact that there wasn't any judgment in it. I mean, you were who you were, come have fun, and that was pretty cool, because there's way too much judgment in the world, and hey, you just gotta have fun, man. As long as you're not hurting anybody, it is what it is.
I agree, man. And you know what? That time was the last time anyone will ever see that kind of nightlife crew and time, because things are just getting worse and worse. There's not much fun anymore going on. But just remember, we're lucky to live in two centuries. The last of the 1900s and the beginning of the 2000s. So, my goal is to bring this back, actually, like a new golden age, let's say, like a new Captain America episode, or, revamp it again. And, with these new kids that's coming out, they don't know anything about 20 years ago or 30 years ago. So we are trying to target the new kids, and we're going to make things brand new, original again.
Yeah.
So it'll be cool, to make this happen again in New York City, and I'm pretty excited about it.
Yeah. Hey, you could even do a new superhero, Captain Blackout.
Yeah, Captain Blackout.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Captain Blackout.
And that's the thing too. We want to be like, this is like Gotham City, New York City, right here. Mm-hmm. Everyone has like an alternative ego. And we all have it. Like, even if people who don't admit it, we all have masks that we put on that makes us feel who we really are. Like a double life kind of thing. You know what I mean?
Oh, exactly, man. I've got a YouTube channel that I do. It's Brad's Comedy. It's all one word. You need to check it out. I do character videos, and each character is a piece of me. But
I like that.
My main one is a clown named Murray. Now, Murray is not a normal clown at all. During Murray's first video, he drank a fifth of bourbon in about 10 minutes while he was doing magic. So,
Nice.
yeah.
Okay. Cool.
The last one, he did the white chocolate challenge and read the dirty parts of 50 Shades of Grey. So, yeah. And it's funny,
I'll check it out. Definitely.
each of my characters are so different from each other, but like I said, each one of them's a piece of me. You know,
Yeah.
all of them are one take, and all of them are improv. Basically, I put on the makeup, the wig, the mustache, whatever they have, and
Uh
they just kind of wake up and come out. I don't really have control
huh.
over them,
Yeah. Right.
and it's fun. It's very freeing to me. I love it because
I
being
know.
being a paramedic, I have to. I don't want to say act a certain way because it's not an act the way that I am on the street. And that's me. I'm very straight with people. I let them know exactly what's going on. I don't sugarcoat anything for anyone. But
That's true. That's good to be like that.
at the same time, I cannot be Murray on the street. Could you imagine being hurt? Having an anxiety attack, or your leg broke or something, and me walk up going, "What the hell's going on today? What you do, you stupid bastard?" That would be bad. That would be bad. And that's Murray's voice, and that's kind of his attitude. Um, he is unique, to say the
It's
least.
unique. Yeah.
Yeah,
We all have it too, but some of us they don't they don't know, it's in them, It's fun, just bring it out.
yeah, exactly,
Discover it. Create
exactly.
one.
Because it's in everybody. That's all there is to it. I mean, everybody's got one, whether they want to admit it or not. Everybody has a Murray. Everybody has a blackout. Everybody has their own thing.
Exactly. Even parents too, if they don't know, like mothers, they got a double life. They're a regular mother during the day, but if she's going out, she's not going to act like a mother anymore.
Yeah,
Let's say, So some people have it in them already without them knowing.
yeah, yeah, exactly. And I'm trying to get my kids. I've got two teenagers. One's 19 and one's 17, and I'm trying to get it where they want to express themselves. Other than in their room. Both of them will sing and dance like machines in their room. And I mean, I'm a performer. I love getting on stage. I love doing comedy. I love doing this. I've been on the radio. I used to talk to 750,000 people a night. And I just love it. I love putting it out there. And they're really good at what they do, but they don't want to put it out there. And that drives me insane. Be who you are. Let the world love you, because somebody's going to.
How old are they? If you don't mind me asking.
19 and 17, both girls.
Yeah, that's the thing too. I've noticed that with this new generation, I feel like the parents are cooler than the kids sometimes, because, and it's not their fault too. It just time has changed. It's just a whole new world out there. There's no really like a real style or a new era. And some of these kids today, they're doing things that we haven't been doing when we were kids. They're all on the video games and talking to each other in these games. So they're doing things different than what we used to. But it's going to be like a new old-fashioned tradition people coming our way, because they're born in the early 2000s. So they're going to be like the new grandparents, let's say. So, you'll see these kids, they'll get married really young and be very mature, because I've met a lot of young kids, because I do, not kids, like teenagers. I'm also a tattoo artist.
Mm-hmm.
So, I tattoo like 19-year-olds, 20-year-olds, and I realized that they're way smarter than I was 20, or, they're just very mature for their age. So,
Yeah,
which
exactly.
is normal. So if this was going back in the early 1900s, it's the same thing. Life repeats itself. So
Yeah,
that's what's going on right now.
yeah. It's funny.
That's what I think.
I was talking to Kim Richards the other day. We talked about he was part of the movement that got CDs put out and things like that. And it's funny, it's come back around to vinyl. And like I say, everything old is turning new again. 20 years ago,
Yep.
if you mentioned vinyl, everybody would be like, "That's crap. Look at you. You have a record player." And now it's like, "Oh, what kind of record player do you have? I just got this on vinyl." And it's a 40-year-old record that has been remade. It's like, man, I bought that shit when it was new. Come on. What the hell?
Yeah.
Uh, I'm,
It's interesting, man. I tell you.
yeah, I'm waiting for
We're
8 tracks
the
to come
last
back.
ones we had the great time. Like,
Oh,
I'm just made it the Gen X generation, like 1982. I was like one of the last Gen X, but I believe that the Gen X people, that generation they really know how to have fun and party and know what's going on. You know,
exactly. Exactly.
it's that era.
We were the last generation to have toys that could kill you. You
Exactly.
know.
Yeah. And what's funny? Because in the last 1800s, also it was a crazy generation there too, until the early 1900s came. So, because I read a lot about history, and I get inspired by it because I make music from it, and I just like to know about the time, and I like time traveling too with my mind.
Mhm.
So I could see all this. A lot of people, they don't really see it and wonder why that things are not as fun anymore or different. You just gotta go really deep into it. You
Yeah.
know. So I've been going really deep into it.
Yeah. Everybody thinks that, what we've got now, is normal. My kids have never, not known a cell phone. Hell, I remember having to pick up the phone on the kitchen wall and stretch that cord about a mile around the corner and sit down and talk quiet so your parents didn't hear all that
Yeah.
shit. Now the kids have like more computer in their hand than I ever had growing up, and they play
And
games on it, which is cool because I play games too. But they
yeah.
don't understand that, and they need to go back and then figure out. Hell, when I was a kid, we would play with sticks, and like it. We would make hell, a stick was anything. But oh yeah, that's right. I'm a little old. What
But
can I
what do you
say?
think about it? You like it better now or how it used to be?
The part of me likes it better now because I know before, if I wanted to talk to you, yeah, we wouldn't be recording this from. I mean, you're in New York, I'm here in Atlanta, and it's like we're sitting next to each other.
Yeah,
And
that's true.
it would have been a big, big production to have to do this. And I came in here 10 minutes before I got on here, plugged my phone in, turned on my board, turned on my laptop, brought up Audacity, and we're ready. And to me, that's so cool. But at the same time, you know, things were just easier back then, if that makes any sense. You came
I
in
know
when
what you
when
mean,
the
and
lights came on, and you went out when the lights went off.
that's right. And you know what? Not to be like a little selfish or whatever, but man, let me tell you something. We had the best time, the best era, and you know what? I actually do like it how it is today because you know what? I'm an older person now, and I'm glad that I've done all that already and all the madness and all that. So, and we have a new time in life now in this generation that we could actually, be the leaders, be the new leaders and lead these new kids on to what happened, like, let's say 20 or 30 years ago, but better,
Yeah,
in a mature way or, give them style, let them know about style and talent and, just bringing out the best of anybody, I like to do.
yeah,
And it's good, that we have all this technology now. So it's cool, like where we came from and what we have in our history, what we could do today. You know what I mean?
yeah, exactly. Hell, I grew up in eighth grade. I was talking to my partner about this the other day on the ambulance. He was showing me a T-shirt he had on. It was a cool T-shirt. But I told him, I said, dude, in eighth grade, I wore sleeves 2 times during school, all year long. The rest of the time, it was the muscle shirts and parachute pants. How great were those?
That was
10,000
cool.
zippers on a damn pair of nylon pants.
Yeah. Yeah.
But we had fun. We had style of our own, kind of.
Exactly. It's fun.
And I, while I was talking to you, and you were talking about history in the late 1800s. I came up with a party idea that would be amazing, and I'm sure you get these every 5 minutes from somebody. Um,
Oh yeah. Tell me.
do an 18 or a late 1800s blackout party. All
Yeah.
your
I
bands
love
are
it.
acoustic. That would
Exactly.
be
We do
interesting.
stuff like that.
That would be
I
cool.
always. Yeah. We always do themes. Make things out of the ordinary. We're not basic at all. We don't like to do any basic, boring parties. I like what you said. It's cool. I'm gonna have to write that down.
Yeah, and when you do it, you got to let me know because I will travel. I've gotten to the point in my life where I want to travel a little bit.
Oh,
I'm talking to
absolutely.
so many great people doing this, and I've never been to New York, and I want to come up to New York and meet the people I'm talking to. I want to go out to LA and meet the people I'm talking to out there, and it's
Yeah,
time.
please.
It is
Yeah,
time.
you
I've
come to New York, man. I'll take care of you here in New York.
Very cool. Yeah, because I've never
Definitely.
flown.
We'll
I've
plan on.
never been off the ground, and I live 20 miles from Atlanta Airport. And it's funny every time I think about flying, I think of that Alanis Morissette song. Yeah, ironic. He waited his whole life to take that flight, and as the plane crashed down, he said, "Well, isn't this nice?" That's my luck. That's my luck because I caused the pandemic. Me and my daughter are the two causes of the pandemic.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, right before it happened, a friend of mine actually wrote a TV pilot and reached out to me out of the blue and said, "I need for you to audition for these two parts." So I taped them and sent them in, and right after, boom, pandemic. So I'm assuming I got the roles because I shut everything down. But it's more my daughter's fault. She listens to K-pop. That's all she'll listen to. And I love
What
messing
is
with her.
that?
But she listens to K-pop. That's all that she listens
What's
to.
K-pop?
The Korean boy bands.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Okay. Yeah, I know.
Yeah,
And they speak in a different language or something?
yeah, yeah. But they're catchy.
And how they're catchy, but the how do they understand the lyrics?
Yeah, exactly. See, I mess with her. I'll ask her. I say, "How you know they're not singing to you about soup?" And that really
Or if
pisses
they're
her
saying
off.
something bad about, or they're saying something bad about young kids, or like they're putting some poison in their lyrics.
Yeah, which a lot of it's in English, but it's probably how my parents felt about
You know
my
what it is?
music.
You just said what I've been trying to say. Even kids have to. It's really upsetting because these new kids, there's anything going on anymore. No like era, no like the Beatles, no Nirvana. So they go listen to these um, Chinese or Asian, Korean music, whatever. That is not English because I bet you those guys they have like a cool look on or they look anime because these new kids they like all these cartoon and animation cartoons. So it's like kind of desperate, a little bit that I don't know, like whatever makes them happy, I guess. But it's just crazy that some kids today have to go and listen to a certain kind of band just because it's catchy, but they don't know what's the lyrics or what's the word.
Hmm.
It's weird,
It is,
I think.
and the one neat thing that I
But
do
I think.
like. Oh,
Say
go
it
ahead.
again.
Go ahead. I'm sorry.
No. Go ahead.
Now, one thing I do like, is we've got artists now who are trying to bring back what I call good music. Look at
Yeah.
Scott Page with the Think Experience. They're trying to redefine how we do music, and it's working. I got to see an online concert with them, and man, it just the night I saw it, I didn't know anything about it. I knew Scott had a concert coming up, and when somebody sends you a Scott Page link, you click it. And I clicked on it, and all of a sudden I see Scott Page. I see Kenny Olson from Kid Rock's band. I see, Stephen Perkins, drummer from Jane's Addiction. I see Norwood Fisher, and I'm like, holy shit, this is awesome.
Hmm.
And the way they were doing it, it was just presenting music in a different light for people. And that was so cool. So hopefully there's hope.
Yeah. It's exciting. It's not about hopefully it's hope. It's who's around today
Yeah.
that could make this. And you know what? I feel really good about it because, it's in my hands a little bit in New York City. And if I could reach out to the other states too. But, it's up to us too. Like if we want to change the vibe for these new upcoming youngsters,
Yeah.
you know what I mean?
Yeah.
To get more alive a little bit,
Yeah. Well,
it's okay to stay home all day and play video games and talk to your friends, and it's all in the internet world, and you're inside this new, robot world.
yeah.
You just have to bring them out more, and it's fine. I think it's cool because you know what it is? It's like a reset.
Yeah.
So it's better that way because before it was already like everyone was doing the style and like, you know, the 90s, and everyone was doing the same thing. Now it's like nothing is going on. So you could bring a little bit back or mix it up, do something.
Mm-hmm.
That's the fun part about it. So it's like really like we are the authors, kind of, if you look at it, you know?
Yeah. Yeah.
The new authors.
Yeah, but no, the way that she
So
calls it.
I like it. I don't mind it.
Yeah, yeah, the way
For me,
that
it's
she.
okay because, yeah, you know, for us and like, you know, for other people, it's okay for us because we already had that good time, you know? So these new kids, they don't really have that good time. That's fine because, you know, if one of us or some of us could like bring it back, we will. You know, I'm doing it. So it's going to be great.
I think so. Well, the way that she caused the pandemic, and she did it more than I did, was the big ticket right now is BTS. And I mean, those are impossible. Those are the ones that sell out 10 seconds after they go online. And she actually got lucky enough to get on a pre-order list and got her tickets early. And boom, 3 days later, pandemic. Everything locks down. So I'm thanking her for this. It's her fault. But you know, I love trying to introduce them to what I call new music, you know, for them because, you know, my younger daughter listens to a little bit of everything, but they'll call all my music old man music, which I love everything, you know, and I've tried to introduce them to Metallica and things like that, and they call that classic rock now, which I guess it is, but at the same time, they still call it old man music, and it just breaks my heart because it makes me feel old. But once in a while, I'll hit something for them, and they love it, and that's the best feeling in the world because I am keeping that alive for them and opening their minds. But
Yeah. Yeah, it's funny that Metallica and all these bands are considered as like classical new music. I thought like Elvis Presley was classic.
Yeah.
You know, like so what? Everything is gonna be classic now. How you put Elvis Presley and Megadeth together as a both classical, you know, genre kind of stuff. It's pretty interesting too.
Yeah, if you ever really want to feel old, try and remember when the Go-Go's first came out and then realize they've been 40 years. That'll make you feel old.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. That shit will make you feel like an old man. My joints are popping now because of it.
Yeah, I think they should really change the names though, of like the new or old eras. You know, we can't just call everything classic anymore.
Yeah.
You know, especially in this new century, we should have a new name. You know, we should call like the 90s and the 80s something, and leave alone the Elvis Presley in the 50s as a really nice, good classical white times.
Yeah.
You know, Metallica is, you know, like it's too hardcore, and then you're gonna call it classic is pretty funny. I feel like, you know, that's why everyone is fading a little bit. It's gonna be like the Beethovens and all these musicians back in that day when they've been erased.
Yeah.
And then 100 years later, 200 years later, people will be like looking at Metallica in the 80s and be like, oh, look at this. This was a real nice fashion time. Or like how we used to like the Victorian style or the devil fashion.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly.
It's pretty cool, though.
Yeah, I was listening to some of your stuff, man, the horror pop. I'm digging it.
Yeah.
I had never listened to it before, and I started listening. I'm like, this is awesome. I'm liking it a lot.
Thank you, man. Thanks so much. Yeah, it's some new genre I'm really trying to create, doing this gothic rap / horror pop. You know, it's more like shock value material, out of the ordinary. You know, we sing songs about like loving a ghost or something.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, and it works. I mean, when I first clicked on it, because I'm not a big rap guy, and I'm opening up to a lot of different music because of this show. I'm talking to a lot of neat musicians and hearing things I've never heard or never would have thought to listen to. So y'all are making the old man a little bit young again, and I thank everybody for that because I'm learning a lot of cool new music. And I listen to this, I'm like, damn, that's actually pretty good. I'm digging it.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
So
we got some new stuff coming up. Yeah, I just made a song with Grandmaster Flash Nelly Mel. I don't know if you remember him.
Yeah.
You should know him, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
He's really cool because he started the rap game. He started busting a rhyme in a full sentence, busting a rhyme on the beat. He's the first guy that has done that, and I'm like one of the first guys, mainly one of the most guys that really started mixing gothic music and rap together and pop into like the dark subculture. I've been doing that, so it was really cool. You know, we did this track together, and it feels good because he's like that pioneer of that time, and I'm the pioneer of creating this new, this new mush, mixed up together.
Yeah.
Gothic and rap and pop and, singing stuff about like loving ghosts or like, being real with the messages. And this is all art. We're just doing all kinds of art.
Yeah. And you're hooked up with the right people to do it and to help support it, with Screaming Rachel on tracks. Man, they're awesome.
Yeah, and Screaming Rachel too, she's awesome, and we've been working a lot together.
Yeah.
We've been doing these virtual parties every Saturday.
Yeah.
It's called Tracks Party, and that's something we actually started doing as soon as the pandemic kicked in. We were like one of the first, like number one, to come out and start doing online parties, and then like slowly weeks later, everybody started doing what we want to do.
Yeah.
And you know what? Also, we are the first record label to do a virtual party as well.
Yeah.
So that's pretty cool too,
Yeah.
to have that name. And Tracks themselves, they have like a big name and have such great artists from back in the day, for house music. They started that. And it's really cool working with them and Rachel. We have good time.
Yeah,
sure.
She was on the show, and I mean, I love Rachel to pieces. She is so awesome, and like I say, she's not scared to let people experiment and let them do their thing because she understands that's what this is about. Hell, if you want Wayne Newton, go get Wayne Newton. I'm not going to be him. I'm going to be me, and
Yep.
that is what it is. And I love the fact that they support that and they encourage that in all their artists because that's how you get new things. That's how you make things better. And I love it, man. And we talked a little bit earlier about your blackout parties. Dude, you've been everywhere doing these things. And there's no two that are alike.
Yeah, the blackout party is cool because, I used to do like 4 or 5 parties a week.
Mm-hmm.
I have about 40 to like 70 promoters in my team and all kinds of crowds. I have the drag queens, the gays, the regular people, the vampires, the gothics, the kink folks. We have all these certain families that we work with. And, I've been doing nightlife for about 14 years now. Until like last of 5 years, I start being like more of a club director and hiring promoters and all that. And I got really tired of doing these parties. So I let the promoters start doing the parties and work far away from them. Mm-hmm. But the blackout party, I like to do it, and I wanted to do it because I didn't want to get out of nightlife completely. I figured just to do a party once a month, and it's on the 13th, every 13th of the month. We all get together, we catch up, we go have fun. And also, I don't want to get rusty, about like not doing parties anymore. So it's really cool. And the best part about it, it's every 13th of the month. So it's not like the same day it's going to be every month. Every month is a new date. Yeah. So let's say like next month it'll be a Monday. So I'll hit up my promoters on Monday and like we'll all team up together. Mm-hmm. And the next month after that, it falls like on a Wednesday. So we actually hit up every day of the week.
Yeah.
Which is really fun and exciting. Yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty cool, man. I'm ready for all this to be over where we can kick those back off. Because I know right now you can't come to Atlanta with one, but I'm ready for you too.
Yeah, definitely. It's cool because it seems like we're kind of teleporting, these creatures of the night or like these club kids or these alternative people come out on the 13th, and then we could go shake the city up, for the whole day on the 13th, and we disappear and come back again the next 13th. So, everyone is feeling it, and it's just great, And it's a monthly party is way better because you could put more effort to it and focus.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm looking forward to them starting back. Like I say, I want to come to one.
Definitely.
And I did a little bit of diving on your Instagram before this, and I saw the coolest thing, and I need one for my studio. I got to find out where to get it. I need the action figure. I saw that, and I'm like,
what, my action figure?
Yes, I need one of those. Where can I get one? That is the coolest thing.
Thank you. Yeah, actually, a friend of mine, he's starting to make these action figures and his own wrestling federation, a whole new setup.
Yeah.
With people like us, like superstars in New York City, or DJs, or bands, or musicians, and they turn them into like these wrestling, alternative people. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah, and that was the coolest thing because it's outside the box,
Yeah.
And
I thought it was cool. They've been hitting me up. They want me to do this wrestling thing. I wish I had time for it.
Yeah.
But I was helping to promote them, do their parties and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But they're really cool. They're just exactly like WWE, and they do videos with each other, and they're like, oh, we're gonna challenge this person and whatever, and then you have to vote, who you think will win. It's pretty cool,
Oh man,
I like people doing that.
Yeah, you got to get them in touch with me. We may need a smoke meat action figure. I think that would be awesome. The Grill Master. Oh yeah, I can hit people with a spatula.
Do you yourself have a name, like an alternative name or something you go by?
On here I don't. On here I just go by my regular name, Brad Pittman.
Yeah.
But I've been called more than one name. That's for sure. But hell, a Murray action figure. Oh man, that would be awesome. A Murray action figure. Oh yeah. Yeah, we definitely got to get in touch with these people. I think me and them can have a lot of fun.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. It's all about fun and creating. These people are great online. They're creating. It's just like a whole new world. It's online. It's digital on your computer screen, flat screen, phone screen. There's nothing real anymore.
Yeah.
So it's faster. Man, let me tell you, I miss the real life because. Ever since the COVID came in, we've been having a lot of these meetings, online, on group chat. And I tell you, man, I miss just walking to a block or taking a train to an actual meeting to have time. I can take a breath. Online or on your phone, it's like they want you to be time traveling because it's you just got to call. And after that, you call this number and you got to talk to this people. And then, it's just internet fast,
Yeah.
And they want you to respond back internet fast, It's kind of weird. I don't know. I think it's not really healthy too.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to being able to do interviews in person. Because like I told you, I just got this board. And with this one, I can actually do 6 people at once. And each one of them has their own headphone jack. And I'm really looking forward to using it like that too. Because, to me, as much fun as I have on the phone with everybody, I want to meet my people. And
it's cool. The phone thing is cool, but it's better to meet them in person too. But, these new kids too, they're going to get used to that too much, and they're going to kind of make it a little worse than what we're doing.
Yeah.
So, but you know what? Whatever happens, really, it's always for the best. And I think that maybe this is a way of living, We're just talking shit because, we're coming from real material.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So,
Indeed.
But, for them, they're raised and adapt to it, so it's different.
Yeah. Well, we're going to get there, man. I tell you, I've had a damn ball with you on here today. You're welcome anytime. I don't care what it is. If you just want to call and jabber, say, hey, Fat Boy, hit record, and we can do it. It's always on.
I'm down, man. I'm
And,
down. Let's do it.
when I come
I'll
up there,
call you every time there's a new song coming out.
oh yeah,
We could like promote it. Definitely.
oh man, if you want me to, I can put
This
them
was
under my
fun.
bed under my bed music for my intros. I always love doing that. And I'll play song once in a while after the show, and I love doing it because it does nothing but help my people. And you're part of this family now, and anything you need to promote, Daddy's there.
Thank you, sir, so
Oh
much.
yeah, but
And
yeah,
I could use the same number and all that, or
yeah, this is my cell number, man. It's on me 24/7, and I'm up all hours of the night, all hours. My sleep pattern's weird. Don't worry about waking me up.
no problem.
So yeah,
So let's do that. And I'll have new songs coming out. I would like to shout out and talk about them. Would love to call. Definitely, let's do that.
very cool. And when I come up
And I'll
there,
promote you guys too. I'll let my people know about your link, and you could have other interviews too.
hey man, I'm down for it. I love talking to everybody because everybody's got something to offer.
Yeah, that's right.
As you figured out, I'm not your normal interview. I don't get on and say, "So Jason, tell me about the Club Kids." Okay, that was great. Now tell me about this record. No, man, it's two guys talking. This is a lot more fun to me. This is what I want to hear. So I figure that's what other people want to hear too, and it works.
Thank you.
I don't like the DJ voice.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I know when I come
Yeah,
up
we have a
there,
lot of fun here.
or you come down here, I also have to get a Jason
Yeah.
Chaos tattoo done, man. I got a cover up I'm needing done,
Oh man, I'll tattoo you anytime.
and
One in the house.
I'll actually send you a picture of a picture I'm wanting to get. I designed it myself, and it's pretty cool. I'll tell you my quick story. About 5 years ago, matter of fact, the 15th of next month will be 5 years. I had 2 strokes, and
I'm sorry.
I fought long and hard to get back, and I finally did. I'm back on an ambulance, and I'm doing what I'm supposed to do. But I hid demons for a long time after that because I put on, okay, I'm well, and I would always smile, and inside, the demons were there.
Yeah.
Just a lot of depression, a lot of things like that. And the tattoo is, I can't think what it's called. It's a Japanese thing that I made, but it's like a demon wearing the theatrical mask, the comedy mask. And it's red and teal because red is stroke awareness and teal is PTSD awareness. But I'm really proud of how this thing turns out. And like I say, it's gonna be a nice tat. So oh yeah.
I'm ready, man.
Very
Let's
cool.
do it.
I am
How many
ready for it.
tattoos you got?
I've got 3. I've got one on my right arm. I'm actually getting covered. It's a dive flag that says "You sink, we swim" because I'm a rescue diver. And I've got a Star of Life, which is the EMS symbol, the little blue thing, on my left leg.
Nice.
And on my right leg is pretty cool. It's a Star of Life that's red and has black outline, and it's got a caduceus in the middle, but it's also got swords and a pirate head at the top, or a skull at the top. And it says Semper Paralis, I think is what it is. And it basically means always in the fight. And I actually got that 2 weeks after the strokes. So, but yeah, that's the ones I got right now. But I'm wanting more ink. It's time.
Let's do it.
Outstanding.
Let's do some more.
That'll work, man. Well, I appreciate you coming on here a bunch, and I'm going to put all your links in my show notes
Thanks
where
for
people can
inviting me.
click and find you everywhere.
I really appreciate it. I had fun. You guys are great, and let's do it again for sure.
Outstanding. We definitely will.